guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is going to be my first update for my new decade project pan. This is a project that I created and it's a year-long project pan. It started back in December and because December and January are filled with end of the year videos in December and a lot of introductions in January, I decided to do this update kind of at the end of January, beginning of February, just so I can keep track of things. But this is supposed to be monthly updates with the exception of this first one, which is almost 2 months, again because of all the finales and intros that I was putting out. So the premise of this project pan was, because we're starting a new decade, was to start project panning 10 items that are brand new and see how long it takes you to use up. This is not a rolling project pan. This is just, you have 12 months to use up 10 brand new items. And the little challenge that I set for myself was that my items are all full size. So not only are they new, but they're full size as well. So I'm very excited because I have a ton of progress. Again, mainly because it's been 2 months since I uploaded, well, it's been like 7 weeks, so basically 2 months since I uploaded my introduction video. So I'm very excited to share with you guys the update that I have. And unfortunately, there are some things that I haven't really used or I've used very little, but I'll get to that when that happens. So I have a ton of items. Well, I have some items that have a ton of progress. I'm going to start with those first. The first one is a perfume, and this is the Very Estee perfume from Estee Lauder. This perfume was brand new when I put it in here, obviously. That's the point of this project pan. But as you guys can see, I have used about half of it. Again, it's been about 2 months since it's been on this project. I use perfume about 5 to 6 days a week, and I haven't been using anything else like body sprays wise or anything. I've only been focusing on this one, and I've made a lot of progress. I love how this perfume smells. I bought this when I was on vacation, so I'm glad that I'm getting to use it because it's bringing like memories of when I was on that trip. But this is very nice. I get a lot of compliments when I'm wearing it, and I love it. I'm glad that I'm enjoying it while it's good and that it's not going to waste. So that is the first one. And then the rest of the items are makeup. So the first one that I have here is this Too Faced Hangover RX setting spray. I have used it not as much as I would have liked. So for 2 months, that is how much progress I have made. I haven't been very consistent in using this one. I feel like if I had used it every single day, I would have had a lot more progress. But it is progress nonetheless. This product actually just goes down to here. It doesn't go all the way to the bottom. So I have this much left for the next, 10 months that are left in this project. So I'm very happy with that progress. I don't see myself having any issues finishing that. Then I have I have a face primer from Lancome. This is the Visionaire Smoothing Skincare Instant Perfector. I use it as a primer. This one was brand new when I first started it, and that is how much I have left right now. It's hard to market. The plastic in this container is it's very hard plastic, so I can't really it's not very malleable, so I can't really move it around. But that is how much I have left around here. If you guys remember when I first started, there was pretty fat up here, and now I only have that much left. Again, 2 months of progress. I did go through an air bubble here, so that helped it go down a lot more. But that is how much I have. I love this, and I was looking online to see if it's still available anywhere, and it's not, or at least I wasn't able to find it. So I think this has been discontinued, unfortunately. I did purchase this at Marshall's at some point a few years ago, so it is what it is. I'm sorry that I can't get it anymore, but it's a good primer. If you have it, if you're hoarding it somewhere, take it out because it's really good. The next one is a lip product, and it's a lip balm from Kopari. It's that lip glossy, and this is how much I have left. Again, this used to be a lot fatter up here, and now I only have it's still, maybe I have a little bit of product up here, but I still have quite a bit here. I haven't gone through an air bubble on this guy. This really was filled up to the top. I don't know if the air bubble is down here, and eventually I'll go through it, but so far I've been using this every single night before I go to bed. Not my favorite lip balm, to be honest, but it does a trick. It's very slippery on my lips, and I feel like it just sits there. I feel like it doesn't really sink into my lips. So not my favorite one. I do have 2 other ones, which I'll eventually use, but not my favorite so far. So I mean, I know I'll use it up, that's no problem, but unfortunately I didn't like it very much. Then probably the item that I'm more excited about is this bronzer from Physicians Formula. I don't know what it's called. Oh yeah, the Glowing Nude Bronzer in the color Bronzer. And this one, obviously brand new when I first started it, but after 2 months of use, that is how much I have. So I have hit pan, and I'm surprised because like this is a bronzer that I'm wearing. I don't think I'm wearing too much. Maybe I am and I just don't realize it, but I use this every single day. I use the e.l.f. Multi-Face face powder. I don't know what it's called, but it's a brush from e.l.f. It's the one that I use for all my bronzers. And I was able to hit pan mainly here in this like kind of like peachy golden color that have the most pan, but I do have quite a bit of a dent here. I love it. It's not very pigmented, so I can be pretty liberal with it. I love it though. This is supposed to have 7 grams though of product, so I'm surprised that I was able to hit that much pan. Again, it's 2 months. Next update, it'll be just 1 month of progress, so we'll see how much more I can expand the product. It'll be a while before I have to repress it, but I'm very excited that I was able to hit that much pan because I do have another bronzer in this project. So another product that it seems like I made a lot of progress on, but I don't think I made that much progress on, is this NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. I love this face powder. It's really good. I use it for baking under my eyes. And that is how much progress I have made. So when I introduced it on this video, I had here the top line approximately, but this was brand new and it still had the sifter. As I measured it again, it looks like I am down to here. However, I removed the sifter, so I don't have that. Whew, I made a mess trying to open it up. But like I don't have the sifter was like would stop the product right here, so I think that's why it seemed like I had a lot more progress. But since I removed the sifter, the powder now goes all the way through to the cap, so I don't feel like this is an accurate measurement of how much product I used up. I think instead of spreading the product through this width, now it's going through this width instead. So maybe halfway through it's how much I've used. But now that I don't have the sifter, I should have measured it without the sifter. That's what I'm trying to say. So unfortunately, that's not a very accurate mark of how much I've used again, but maybe for the next updates, we'll be able to see from here on downwards how much progress I can make. Again, this has been updated from 2 months. I use it to bake under my eyes. That's all I use this for. Sometimes I'll set my eyeshadow primer with this one, but mainly just to bake under my eyes. I still have a lot of product in here. It'll be a while before I go anywhere near using it up. Then the next couple of products don't have much significant or visible progress, but there is progress. The first one is this eyeshadow from Sephora. This is the matte eyeshadow in the color Lazy Afternoon. And I use this to set my eyeshadow primer with. And that is what it looks like. Again, you can't see, I haven't hit pan, but hopefully you guys can see there is a very visible dip. There's a dip right here where I accidentally like carved my nail in when I was trying to open the package, but I have been working on it, and I use a very fluffy brush, so there's quite a bit of a big dent all over the shade, but the shadow, but maybe by next update I can have pan showing. It'll be 3 months by next update, so hopefully I'll have good pan to show with you guys here. Excuse me. Then I have this Marc Jacobs face powder. This is a Perfection powder in the color Ivory Bisque 200. At first I thought it was going to be too light for me, but it's a powder that I am wearing on my face on every single video. As you guys can see, also no pan on this guy, but there is a little bit of a dip. Also Marc Jacobs powders kind of come with a few lines like imprinted on the powder, and those little lines are gone. I feel like I'm gonna be hitting pan very, very soon. I've never used a powder from Marc Jacobs, so I don't know what the tile or the powder, the pen looks like on the bottom of the product. So I'm not sure what to expect when I hit pan, but eventually I'll get there. Again, I use this powder every single day on my face to set my makeup. That's what I'm wearing today. I love it. It's a good color match, even though it's like ivory. I'm not ivory in anything, but that is what it is. And then I have the last two products that I have here have no visible progress at all. The first one is this Stila Glitter and Glow in the color Kitten Karma. I've used this only 3 times and there's just no progress. For 3 times there's no progress. I've used it on my twice on my lid as an eyeshadow and once as a glittery eyeliner. But that's it. I need to really step it up and start using this more often because I feel like that's gonna take a while. And the next one that I have here is this concealer from Ulta in the color Light Neutral. Again, I've used this just a handful of times. I am wearing it today, but I've only been using it to color correct under my eyes. And I've only used it a few times. I don't know why I haven't been using it, to be honest, but I need to start using it. That way I can have a little bit more progress. So that is it, guys. That's my first update for my New Decade Project Pan. From now on, every update is gonna be monthly, so I don't expect that much progress from here on out. And I think I have really good progress, to be honest. I think I picked a good set of products. They're products that I use every single day. And I think that's what's helping me make as much progress as I did. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys are following along or doing your own, I enjoyed watching you guys' introduction videos, and on Instagram, I know some of you guys are doing it on Instagram because you guys are tagging me. So I appreciate that. I can't wait to see everyone's first update to see what the progress looks like. Keep pressing on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.